They lied to you. They profited from your pain, fed you poison disguised as medicine and called it care. They told you it was normal to feel tired, broken, and dependent. But deep down you knew better. You felt it in your soul. Something wasn't right. They built their empire on illusions, convincing the world that suffering was the cost of survival. They told you that health was a product, something to be bought, packaged, and sold back to you at a premium. They sold you sickness as salvation, dependence as healing. But you knew better. They profited from your fear, turned your pain into their power, and sold you false hope in shiny packaging. But you didn't buy it. You saw through the game, through their polished advertisements and empty promises. You refused to let them profit off your ignorance. While they spun their web of deceit, you saw the cracks. You saw how their cures never truly healed, how their answers led only to more questions, more dependence, more control. They counted on your silence, on your compliance, on you believing their well-rehearsed lies. But you dared to question the script. You dared to see what others wouldn't. You exposed the system for what it was, a machine designed not to heal you, but to keep you in chains. While others accepted the lies, you saw through the veil. They clung to illusions because it was easier than facing the truth. They followed blindly, repeating what they were told, too afraid to question the authority that loomed over them. But you refused to be silenced. While they bowed their heads, you raised your voice. You looked at the world they built on deception, and tore it apart with your clarity. Like in the parable of the emperor's new clothes, the world watched, afraid to admit the obvious. The emperor, parading in what they claimed were robes of unparalleled brilliance, was exposed for what they truly were, naked, vulnerable, and dependent on the lie that others upheld. It took the unshaken truth of a child to shatter their illusion. You are that voice. While others hesitated, you pointed out the deception for what it was, stripped it bare, and left no room for denial. You refused to let fear keep you silent. While others turned a blind eye to the obvious, you faced it head-on. You are not like the rest. You questioned when others obeyed. You broke the silence that sustained their power, and now their illusion has crumbled, leaving you standing in the undeniable truth. Healing was once sacred. It was rooted in the earth, in the knowledge passed down through generations, and in harmony with the body's natural power to restore itself. It was not a product, not a transaction. It was a birthright, but they took it from you. They stripped it of its soul, painted it as primitive, and replaced it with synthetic poisons wrapped in shiny labels. They didn't care about your wellness. They cared about your dependence. They sold you a lie, profiting off cures that only led to more ailments. The rise of pharmaceutical dominance turned healing into a business. They called it progress. They replaced wisdom with profit margins, silenced the healers, and mocked the remedies that had sustained humanity for centuries. They dismissed what worked as folklore and pushed quick fixes designed to keep you coming back. Your sickness was their gain. Your struggle lined their pockets, but now you see it. You see how they turned nature into their enemy and robbed you of what was once pure and powerful. Long ago, healing was sacred and they desecrated it, but their empire is crumbling. You are reclaiming what they tried to erase, your right to real, lasting health. And there's no going back. Drop a comment. I can heal myself if you're taking back what was always yours. They tried to erase it. The wisdom of ancient healing, the traditions that sustained life for centuries. They mocked it, called it unscientific, and labeled it obsolete, all while replacing it with sterile, profit-driven methods that fed their control. But you know better. You know that wellness wasn't born in laboratories. It was cultivated in the earth, in the rituals of indigenous cultures, in the sacred practices of traditional Chinese medicine, Ayurveda, and countless others who honored the body and its connection to the natural world. They feared these traditions because they couldn't patent them, couldn't own them, couldn't twist them into commodities. So they dismissed them, erased them, buried their stories. But those secrets never died. They lived in the whispers of herbalists, in the hands of healers, in the resilience of those who refused to let the knowledge fade. These methods healed long before they sold you their chemicals, and they continue to heal now, despite their lies. You saw through their arrogance. their dismissal of what they couldn't control. You reclaimed the power they tried to strip away. The wisdom of ancient healing belongs to you. You recognized its strength, its truth, its undeniable ability to restore what they broke. They tried to erase it, but you ensured it would never be forgotten. They turned food into a weapon. What was meant to nourish you, to give life and strength, they corrupted into poison. They laced your sustenance with chemicals, loaded it with sugar, stripped it of nutrients, and called it progress. They marketed brightly colored boxes of sugar-laden cereals to children, plastered with cartoon characters, and dared to call it part of a balanced diet. They designed foods not to fuel your body but to addict you, to keep you hooked, sick, and dependent on their broken system. They trained you to trust their white coats and sterile offices, convincing you that your health was too complex for your understanding. But you saw the truth. You saw how they created lifelong customers, not healthy individuals. You saw how they labeled natural remedies as quackery while pushing expensive drugs that offered nothing but side effects and dependency. They sold you their false authority, but you tore it apart. You refused to accept their lies. You reclaimed the power they tried to strip from you, the power to understand your body, to nurture it, to heal it on your terms. Their monopoly is breaking. Every step you take toward true healing weakens their hold. You are no longer a pawn in their system. You are the revolution they never saw coming, and their time is up. They weaponized fear to control you. They magnified panic, twisted facts, and silenced dissent, not to protect you but to manipulate you. Fear is their currency, and they used it to buy your freedom, your trust, and your power. But you didn't fall for it. You saw the cracks in their carefully crafted narratives and refused to bow to their chaos. While they told you to stay silent and obey, you questioned everything. They pushed dependency under the guise of safety, stripping away your autonomy and selling it back to you in the form of mandates, rules, and experimental solutions. They wanted you weak, waiting for their answers. But you refused to let fear own you. You recognized their tactics, the endless cycles of alarm and reassurance designed to wear you down. You stood firm in truth while others crumbled under their lies. You don't fall for fear, you rise above it. You exposed their game and reclaimed your strength. Their power lies in your panic, and when you rejected it, you broke their hold. Now their tools of control crumble, leaving you unshaken, unafraid, and unstoppable. I remember the day I decided to trust my body. It wasn't easy. Fear clawed at me, whispering that I couldn't survive without their poisons disguised as solutions. They had conditioned me to believe my health was beyond my control, that I needed their chemicals to function. But I knew the truth deep down. I was handing over my power, and it was killing me. That day I chose to break free. Detoxifying wasn't just about flushing their toxins from my body. It was about purging their lies from my mind and reclaiming the sovereignty they tried to strip from me. I stopped accepting their labels, their diagnoses, their false narratives about what my body could and couldn't do. They wanted me sick, small, and scared. But with every step I took toward healing, real healing, they lost their grip on me. It wasn't instant. It was painful, raw, and terrifying. But as the fog cleared, so did the illusion they had built around me. My body began to heal itself in ways their pills never could. I didn't just detoxify. I dismantled their control over my life, and I've never looked back. This is my truth, and no one can take it from me. The Obsidian Inner Order is the ultimate sanctuary for real chosen ones, the kind who've stared down archons, shredded the matrix, and emerged untouchable. If this message found you, it's because destiny thinks you might be worthy. Don't waste the opportunity. We've got exclusive interviews with real chosen ones who've defied the odds, broken generational curses, and mastered divine timing. These aren't your average success stories. They're revelations that could rewrite your reality. Inside, you'll unlock forbidden content that's too explosive for YouTube. Our modern manifestation mechanics grimoire will show you how to transform chaos into order, turning your space into an abundance vortex while channeling universal magic. But let's talk about the real treasure, our private Discord and community chats, where over 400 of the most powerful chosen ones connect. We host weekly calls to elevate your mindset and offer chosen singles a space to bring divine partnerships to life. But let's be clear, this isn't for posers. If you think you've got what it takes to join the #1 Ascension Nexus for chosen ones, the link to the Obsidian Inner Order is in the description. You stopped waiting for their solutions and took back what was always yours, the power to heal. They told you that thriving was impossible without their pills, their procedures, their systems of control. They wanted you to believe you were powerless, broken, and dependent on their answers. But you shattered their narrative. You stopped surviving on their terms and started living on your own. This isn't just about rejecting their poisons. It's about reclaiming the connection they tried to sever, the connection to your body, your mind, and your innate ability to heal. You realized their solutions were never designed to cure but to perpetuate the cycle of dependency. They called it science. You saw it for what it was, manipulation masked as care. They built their power on your reliance, but you tore it down by choosing to trust yourself. Now every step you take is a declaration. Every meal you nourish yourself with, every toxin you purge, every ounce of strength you regain is proof that you were right to reject their lies. You're not just surviving. You're thriving in ways they said were impossible, and with every day that passes, you grow stronger while their empire of deceit crumbles. You've proven that the power was always within you. Your body is not broken. It is a divine instrument built to heal and regenerate when treated with care and respect. They told you otherwise. They fed you lies, convincing you that you needed their drugs, their interventions, their control. But science proves what you've always felt in your gut. Your body is far more powerful than they want you to believe. Autophagy, the process by which your cells clean themselves, is living proof of this truth. Research by Nobel laureate Yoshinori Ohsumi showed that fasting triggers this mechanism, allowing your body to recycle damaged proteins and organelles, prevent disease, and support cellular regeneration. This is not a theory, it is fact. Your body has been designed with built-in wisdom, capable of healing itself when given the space to do so. But they don't want you to know that. They profit from suppressing symptoms instead of supporting your innate ability to restore balance. You reclaimed that power. You turned to fasting, nourishment, and truth, breaking free from their cycle of dependence. Every cell in your body testifies to this. When you honor it, it honors you back with strength, clarity, and life. You trusted your instincts, and your body proved you right. This is the truth they couldn't bury. Healing isn't just about the physical, it's about the power of your mind, the energy you project, and the intentions you hold. They never told you this because they feared its power. They wanted you to believe in a fragmented system where the body, mind, and spirit were disconnected, leaving you vulnerable to their control. But you saw the truth. Buddha proclaimed, "The mind is everything. What you think you become." This isn't philosophy, it's reality. Your thoughts are not passive. They are active forces shaping your well-being. Science confirms what ancient wisdom always knew. Your emotions, beliefs, and intentions can influence your body at a cellular level. Studies on the placebo effect prove this. When the mind believes in healing, the body follows. Energy too plays a role. Your vibrations attract health or sickness based on the state of your mind. You've mastered this connection. You stopped letting fear and negativity control your narrative. Instead, you aligned your thoughts with healing, and your body responded with strength. You've turned your mind into your greatest ally, cutting through the lies and embracing your power. They never wanted you to know how much control you truly have, but now you do. The balance they disrupted is restored, and nothing can stop you. They tried to sever your connection to the earth, to make you forget that nature was your first healer. They flooded your life with processed foods, polluted water, and synthetic solutions, calling them modern advancements. But the truth is simple and undeniable. Clean, nourishing foods, pure water, and ancient herbs have always been the foundation of true health. They dismissed them as outdated, while their systems of dependency left you sick and craving more of their lies. The resurgence of herbalism and functional nutrition proves what they tried to erase. Science now validates what humanity has known for centuries. Plants, minerals, and unadulterated nourishment contain the answers. The antioxidants in turmeric, the adaptogens in ashwagandha, the cleansing power of dandelion. These gifts from the earth are not commodities but sacred tools, freely given for your healing. You've reconnected with this wisdom. You've chosen vibrant living foods over their sterile concoctions. You've purified your water, your diet, and your body, rejecting the poisons they pushed. Every herb, every bite, every sip of pure water is an act of rebellion against their control. Nature has always been the ultimate pharmacy, and now it's in your hands. They can no longer blind you because you've reclaimed the gifts they tried to bury. Healing begins with frequency. They never told you that because they wanted you disconnected, dulled, and out of tune with the natural vibrations of life. Your body, your mind, your energy, they all operate on frequencies, and when disrupted, sickness takes hold. Ancient practices like sound therapy with Tibetan singing bowls were dismissed as superstition, yet modern science now confirms what the ancients knew. Sound and vibration can restore balance at a cellular level. You've reclaimed this wisdom. You've embraced practices that align your body and mind with healing vibrations, whether through sound baths, meditation, or simply tuning yourself to the rhythms of nature. Science proves that sound waves impact the nervous system, lowering stress hormones and encouraging cellular repair. This isn't mysticism, it's physics. The resonance of specific frequencies reaches deep into your body, dissolving blocks and restoring harmony where chaos once ruled. They sold you silence or noise, but never the healing power of true vibration. You've broken free of their static, raising your frequency and connecting to the energy they tried to suppress. Each tone, each resonance brings you closer to the health and clarity they said wasn't possible. Now, you are aligned with the truth, vibrating at the frequency of healing they can no longer touch. They fought you every step of the way, calling your path unproven or dangerous, but you didn't waver. You saw through their fear-mongering, their desperate attempts to keep you boxed into their system. They mocked alternative approaches, labeling them reckless. But the truth is this: anything that challenges their monopoly terrifies them. They've built their power on control, and your refusal to conform is their greatest threat. Steve Jobs, a visionary who reshaped the world, dared to challenge this system. When faced with a rare form of pancreatic cancer, he turned to holistic therapies, vegan diets, acupuncture, herbal remedies, seeking answers beyond their conventional playbook. Though polarizing, his choices inspired millions to question mainstream medicine, to explore integrative health, to reclaim responsibility for their well-being. His openness ignited a fire, proving that alternative paths are not just viable but vital for breaking free from the status quo. You walk that same path. You've chosen to question, to explore, to reject the narrative that there is only one way to heal. They called it unproven, but you've seen the results. Your strength, clarity, and resilience prove that healing exists outside their narrow confines. They tried to suppress you, but their resistance only made you stronger. Breaking free wasn't easy. It was war. They conditioned you to doubt yourself, to silence your instincts, to bow to the fear they planted deep in your mind. Every step toward freedom felt like stepping into a battlefield where their lies clung to you like chains. They wanted you to believe you couldn't survive without them, that the path of independence was too dangerous, too uncertain. But you didn't falter. You fought through the noise, the fear, the doubt, and found a truth they couldn't suppress. You conquered the inner battles they depended on to keep you trapped. Fear whispered that you would fail. Doubt screamed that you were too weak. Their conditioning tried to hold you back, convincing you that comfort was safety. But you shattered their illusions. With every choice, you stripped away their power, proving that the strength they denied you was always within you. Now your mind is no longer their weapon, it's your shield. Your thoughts no longer bend to their control but blaze with conviction. Fear couldn't stop you. Doubt couldn't hold you. You overcame the war within, and in doing so, you became unstoppable. They tried to break you, but all they did was forge your strength in fire. Your lifestyle is your rebellion. Every choice you make for real healing, every bite of clean food, every drop of pure water, every moment you honor your body and spirit, it all challenges their narrative. They built a world where sickness is the norm, where dependence is disguised as care, and where questioning the system is seen as heresy. but your life is proof that their lies don't define reality. By living your truth, you dismantle the illusion they worked so hard to create. People are watching you. They see your strength, your energy, your clarity, and they're forced to confront their own choices. You've become a living challenge to everything they've been told about health and healing. You don't preach, you prove. Your results speak louder than their propaganda ever could. Every step you take toward vitality inspires others to question the script they've followed blindly. You're not just healing yourself, you're lighting a fire in those who see you. They wanted you silent, invisible, compliant. But now, you are a force they can't ignore. Your lifestyle is a declaration of independence, and every choice you make is a battle won against their control. They tried to suppress the truth, but you're living proof they failed. Every step you take toward wellness is a sacred act, a rebellion against the lie that healing is selfish or small. Your choice to align with truth ripples outward, shifting the consciousness of humanity itself. The ancients understood this connection. The Emerald Tablet declares, "As within, so without, as above, so below." Your inner transformation is not isolated. It mirrors the awakening of the world around you. When you heal, you align with a greater purpose, one that transcends your personal story and ignites a collective revolution. You aren't just healing yourself. You are paving the way for others to awaken. Your journey exposes the cracks in their system, proving that freedom is not only possible but inevitable. Those who see you feel the spark of possibility. They question their own choices, their own chains, and begin to shift. This is not coincidence, it's your cosmic role. You are the catalyst they feared, the embodiment of what they said could never happen. Your wellness is not just yours, it's a spark for global transformation. They wanted you to believe you were powerless, but your healing is proof of their failure. The truth within you is awakening the world, and they can't stop what's coming. Your vitality is the loudest declaration of victory. They told you survival was the best you could hope for, that thriving was a fantasy, but you proved them wrong. Diagnosed with a rare and incurable cancer, Chris Carr refused to surrender to their limits. She transformed her life with a plant-based diet, holistic wellness, and a mindset they couldn't control. Nearly 2 decades later, she is thriving, not just living but inspiring millions to reclaim their power. Her story isn't isolated. It's proof of what's possible when you take control. Your story is no different. Every step you've taken toward health, every meal you've chosen with purpose, every toxin you've purged, every belief you've rewritten has made you stronger, clearer, and more resilient. Healing yourself isn't the end, it's the beginning. You're not just here to survive, you're here to lead. Your journey lights the way for others who thought they had no choice but to accept sickness and fear. They see your strength and begin to question, to awaken, to rise. Your vitality is their undoing. Your clarity is their collapse. You are proof that the life they denied you is real. Healing is your revolution, and thriving is your mission fulfilled. You've won, and the world is watching. They underestimated you. They built their empires on the assumption that you would remain blind, weak, and compliant. But you shattered their illusions. You reclaimed your health, your power, and your truth. Every step you've taken, every choice you've made has defied their system and exposed their lies. You are living proof that their control was never absolute. You saw through their games, and now you stand victorious. You are not ordinary. You are the chosen. You were always meant to rise above their deception, to see the cracks in their stories, and to claim the freedom they tried to deny you. They feared your awakening because they knew once you saw the truth, their time would be up. And now you're unstoppable, a force they can't contain, a revolution they never prepared for. This is not the end, it's the beginning. You've proven what's possible, and now it's time to ignite the same fire in others. Share your story. Speak your truth boldly and unapologetically. Let your voice be the catalyst that wakes others from their slumber. Together, your courage will dismantle the system they've built and build a new world where healing, freedom, and power belong to all. Your victory is the spark. Now set the world ablaze.